So yesterday on this 60-day challenge, I shared the story of the 6 and the 9, an incredibly powerful presentation that shows you why literally you need never argue again. Now, my name's Celia Gates, and in my book From Brainwave to Business, which has just been shortlisted for the Chartered Management Institute's Book of the Year Awards, which I was thrilled about, but in that book I published this thinking theory, this way of working, which actually means you need never have an argument again. And this all comes back to parallel thinking, which is what I wanted to share with you today. If you can understand how to think in parallel with people, the principles of parallel thinking, then you need never have an argument again. So with the story of the 6 and the 9, we saw how one party might look at a situation and see a 6, where somebody looking at it from the other side actually sees a 9. And you can see how that could quickly disintegrate into an argument if people weren't prepared to parallel think. So using that illustration, parallel thinking would be about stepping around the situation so as to actually look at it from the same point of view, to create an environment in which people are free to expose and share their thoughts in parallel with the other thoughts that are emerging, as opposed to trying to find those points of conflict and contention where we don't necessarily agree. If we can agree to share the same viewpoint for a period of time so that we can move round a situation to see it from different angles, sharing our similar point of view, but maybe with our own expertise, knowledge, skill, understanding, whatever that might be, then we actually benefit from learning from each other. Opening up that ability to look at a situation in sync with one another as opposed to in conflict. And so you can see, if you can understand how to best parallel think, how to think along similar lines, offering up your own principles and opinions, of course, but not seeking to judge or discriminate against the opinions of other people, but simply allowing those to build up the bigger picture, then you won't waste time arguing, disagreeing, getting frustrated, and more importantly, you won't reach a compromise in the middle. I don't know how you feel about it, but personally, from my point of view, a compromise is half-hearted. It's neither one thing nor the other. It's something which we've kind of settled on by way of saying this is satisfactory to us both, when in actual fact, we're giving up something in order to achieve it. So personally, I'd rather embrace that collective consensus, something that sits in line with shared values, because we've shared our own opinions, we've given each other permission to talk freely and openly, so as to understand and engage with these different perspectives whilst viewing them in parallel so we don't fall out. So that's what parallel thinking's all about. Originally coined by Edward de Bono in the late 60s, early 70s, it's a term which really does stop you from ever arguing again. So I urge you to look into it in more detail and to participate in one of the brainstorming sessions that I'm currently offering for free. So if you'd like to do that, pop along to theglobalbrainstorm.com and sign up. The URL is in the text below this, and please do share your comments, ask questions. If there's anything you'd like to know, then this is a subject I'm particularly passionate about. So do ask, do get in touch, and do sign up for a brainstorm. Thanks for listening.